all that is from Book Outlet. I have, I think, 26 books here. I went crazy. There was the $7.99 sale on Book Outlet. I don't know how many times a year they do this, but there was the $7.99 sale for fiction books. I took it seriously. A lot of the books I have are from Book Outlet. Makes me a little less guilty about buying so many books just because they were like $8 each. First of all, I got the Spanish Love Deception. This book is in pretty good condition. It's a little bit dirty, but I think it's something I could like get away with an eraser. I know this was like popular a couple years ago, I think, but it was pretty well loved and the Goodreads review were good. So here Catalina Martin is going to her sister's wedding and she needs a date. But apparently she told her whole family and her ex that she had an American boyfriend. So now she needs to find a boyfriend to take to her sister's wedding as a date. And there's this colleague, Aaron Blackford. He's very tall, handsome, insufferable, but she's desperate. So this should be interesting. It's like forced proximity also because they're gonna go to Spain. We have The Dead Romantics. Sometimes the books will come with stickers, like this Target sticker. You can easily remove it most of the time. Other than that, the book is pretty much okay. There's just little nicks here and there, but seriously, it's nothing too bad. And keep in mind, it's $8 Canadian dollars. That, in my book, is a steal. Also, it's a very floppy book. So, The Dead Romantics, this was also a very popular book. And the Goodreads, same thing, very good reviews. Huh? I'm a little confused. This is the story about Florence Day, who is a ghostwriter, but then she has a terrible breakup and she no longer believes in love. And then her new editor, a too handsome mountain of a man, won't give her an extension on her book deadline. Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. Then she gets a phone call to help her family bury her beloved father. So she has to go back to like her hometown after 10 years of being gone to bury her father. But then she finds a ghost standing at the funeral parlor front door. And he's also confused why he's there. Is the mountain man new editor dead? I don't know, but this seems interesting. So then I got this book because I saw Larry reading, I think it was the second book in this series, and this is the first one. So this is Savor It. It's a small town in Oregon. She has a farm, friends, students, but then her ex, the town golden boy, suddenly gets engaged. Sage wants to win. She wants to beat him in the Festival of Spoons? Town's annual summer competition to show that she's doing just fine. She doesn't need pity, but she needs a partner. But then we have Fisher, a hotshot chief in New York City who loses his sister and is grieving and responsible for his teenage niece. So I guess it's like, it's not single dad, it's like single uncle. Romance in a small town, and they kind of like strike a deal to win this competition, but then things start to sizzle and we get there. I finally got this book. This is The 7-Year Slip, which also has an annoying Target sticker, but this can be dealt with. Other than that, the book is pretty much perfect. And The 7-Year Slip, when I went to the US in the summer, I saw this in a Target and I wasn't really feeling the blurb. I wasn't really that interested, but then again I got deeper into book talk and I saw that people really love this, so for $7.99 I for sure can try it. So I guess something happens and she moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen, except he exists in the past, 7 years in the past to be exact, and she quite literally lives 7 years in the future. Huh. So I'm still not sure about the blurb. I hope I'm gonna love this book because most people seem to really like it. I hope I'm gonna be one of them. Next I got The Love of My Afterlife. This book is pretty much perfect except for this mark. It's really not that bad. It's okay. I don't really mind. If she wasn't dead already, Delphi would be dying of embarrassment. Not only did she just die by choking on a microwavable burger, she's also now standing in her Sparkle and Shine 90 in front of the hottest man she's ever seen. That seems interesting. Next book. This is the fifth and I think, and I hope, the last book in the Honey Mountain series. This one is purple. I have all the other four. I think I got all of them, or like almost all of them, of Book Outlet, which is amazing. And there's like this little mark here, and that's pretty much all. This book is perfect, and I don't really know what it's about. I just really like the covers, and I saw the Goodreads review were good, so I just bought the whole series, well, one by one, but I don't really know what it's about, and I didn't start the series yet because I have more than 300 books to go through. It's an ex-Navy SEAL with an attitude. First time we met, he got me off at a gas station, so I flashed him the bird. The second time we met, he tried to get me fired. I don't know. I'm just very excited, and this book is so pretty and it'll sit so nicely with my other books. Now this one, I think I bought on Kindle. There was like either it was free or it was like 99 cents, but then I saw the physical copy. So this is Not Safe for Work. This cover is just gorgeous. I love it. And it says, work was easier when he was still her nemesis. Ooh, she's an engineer. Once dreamed of being the first woman of color to smash the glass ceiling at the WMC Purcell. But after years of dealing with white male privilege and blatant nepotism, she watches her hard-earned promotion go to her nemesis, Rafe Gallagher, the boss's son. Then she goes to a corporate leadership. Can you see that English is not my first language, or my second, or my third? She goes to a corporate leadership retreat in Hawaii. It's a chance to revive her stalled career and compete for a coveted spot in an executive training program plus 3 weeks in paradise. The only downside, Rafe is her co-attendee. So, very excited to read this. Now, I am mostly a romantasy, contemporary romance, fantasy, romance reader, but I got this. This is Listen for the Lie. This, I think, is like a thriller or something. Keep in mind that every book here is $7.99, even the hardcovers, okay? So I said, why not just try it? And this says, what if you thought you murdered your best friend, and if everyone else thought so too, and what if the truth doesn't matter? So this is about Lucy, the FMC, and Savvy is the best friend, and then Lucy is found wandering the streets covered in her best friend's Savvy's blood. Everyone thinks she's the murderer. It's been years since that horrid night, and Lucy can't remember anything about. She moved, she started a new life, and then there's a crime podcast, Listen for the Lie, that decided to investigate Savvy's murder, so she's forced to return to the place she vowed never to set foot in again to solve her friend's murder, even if she's the one who did it. The truth is out there if we just listen. So, this should be interesting. It's also something I don't usually read, so it should be even more interesting. Now, these I have been debating on getting for like months. Well, like 2-3 months, because you can see, but here I have the Crave series by Tracy Wolff. So there's Crave, Crush, Covet, Court, and then there's 2 others. So I have the 4 books in paperback, and then I have the last 2 books, so books 5 and 6 in hardcover, because the paperbacks aren't out yet. Even like on Amazon, they're still not out. However, I want to read this. I don't know if I'll read them before the actual paperback come out, but still, I mean, for $7.99 for hardcovers, I said why not. And if I really like them, I like the series and everything, I could get the paperback after, you know? Now, on Book Outlet, you don't really get pictures of the books. You get like 1 picture of the front of the book. You don't actually see like actual pictures of the books, just because all books are different, the damages are different, sometimes there's no damage. I didn't read the description, so I don't know if it was in the description, but these hardcovers are like with the uncut edges. I don't necessarily mind, and I mean, they were $8 again. It's just, I was not expecting that. So I was a little surprised when I got them. But I have the last two books. So there's Charm and Cherish. I forgot which one is which. Okay, so Charm is the 5th and then Cherish is the 6th book. And I think it's the actual last book. They are a little, you can kind of see they're a little dirty-ish. You can see that they've been there a while and they've been like moved and everything. I don't really mind because the retail price here says it's $29 Canadian. I mean, I saved $21. This is the Naked hardcover. It's pretty simple. I like the purple, and this doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not really sure what the series is about. I know there's monsters. I think they go to a college. And then this one is just black with the same logo and the name on the spine. So this is the first book, just to read a little bit about the blurb. So it says, "My whole world changed when I stepped inside the academy." So it is an academy setting, I guess. Nothing is right about this place or the other students in it. Here I am, a mere mortal among gods or monsters. I still can't decide which of these warring factions I belong to, if I belong at all. I only know the one thing that unites them is their hatred of me. So there's vampires, there's gods, monsters, and an academy setting. So that's pretty much a win for me. I hope the series is good because I have all of it. I got a couple of Lynn Painter books because there's this girl who makes book content. Her name is Ellen Catherine. I'm sure most of you know her. She likes Lynn Painter. So I've been obsessed with her recently. I'm like watching all her videos back to back and I just can't stop watching her, and I love how she talks about books and I love her voice, and she loves Lynn Painter. I think she likes most of her books. I got The Do-Over, and this book, the FMC lives like a bad Valentine's Day. Then she goes to her grandmother's house for some much needed girl talk and companionship. There she passes out on the couch. When she wakes up, she's back home in her own bed. And that's not the only shocker. Somehow it's Valentine's Day again. And the next day, another disaster Valentine's Day. And she's stuck in like this time loop over and over on Valentine's Day. That's pretty much all I know, and that's all I want to know because I want to go in a little blind. Next Lynn Painter book I got is Betting on You, and this one is a hardcover. I have Better Than the Movies already in my other bookshelf, so this would be my third Lynn Painter book, and this is Betting on You. It has the little sticker here I can take off. Other than that, it just has a little dot, and it's pretty much perfect. This book too just had a little dot. This one is blue with Betting on You here. I guess it's more like a YA book because it says ages 14 and up. So the first time Bailey meets Charlie, he is the worst. While moving to Omaha after her parents' sudden divorce, Bailey finds herself trapped for 10 hours with a cynical and obnoxious opinionated stranger, the polar opposite of her cheerful, well-behaved, cheery temperament. So imagine her surprise when years later Charlie turns out to be her coworker and at her new job, but this time around they find themselves talking comfortably and even laughing. Still, they agree they can stand each other. Then I saw these two. This is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. The hardcover is a little banged up here, but that's pretty much all. This is a Naked hardcover. It has a little crab. A little smiley crab, and it's so cute, and I love this blue. And this is, it's just very cute. Ooh, it's a special collector's edition, Enemies to Lovers Romance. Very happy to have that one. And then I got, this is like book 2 in the series. I don't really know if it's connected, interconnected, or not at all, but on Goodreads it was number 2 in the series. This is Hook, Line, and Sinker, and this one too is pretty perfect. There's just the line here, and that's pretty much all. So in the follow-up to It Happened One Summer, Tessa Bailey delivers a deliciously fun rom-com about a former player who accidentally falls for his best friend while trying to help her land a different man. That should be interesting. Then I have books in the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. I already have book 1 with the sprayed edges, and I've been looking for these books. I have just been waiting for them to be on sale just because Prices of books in Canada are actually insane, so I have waited for the rest of the books to be on sale, and they never are. So then I saw them on Book Outlet. They were never there, okay? I never saw them there. And then for this sale, they were there. So I have the rest of the collection, this series. So I have the next two books, and it's the same sprayed edges as the first. I don't want to go get it because it's in the other room and I'm lazy, but I'm sorry for the lighting. I have like one light there because it's dark outside. It's basically winter in Canada. The sun is out at like 4 p.m. and even during the day it's kind of sad because there's snow and ice and everything. So I have one light here. But anyways, so I guess if you want to go in order, this is the whole series. So first of all, we have Morgan. This one, there was a choice to get it in like this format with the sprayed edges, but I decided to get the hardcover just because it was, I don't know, it reminded me of fairy tales. You know, older books like these with the designs and everything, and it was hardcover. So this is Morgan, the beginning of the Remnant universe. It's like a 0.5 book, so it's before, I guess. It kind of explains the world, maybe. This is the naked hardcover. It's a pretty small book. It's a 0.5 book, so I'm not expecting like a very big one. The inside, I don't know, it just feels like a fairy tale book. It's written pretty big, and it doesn't take up the whole page. There's also, for example, this is one illustration. There's another illustration. So it just feels very, I don't know, kind of nostalgic. And that's why I chose the hardback, even if it's not gonna match the rest of the series on my bookshelf. I don't care. Then technically we have Kiss of Deception, which I already have in my other room. Then it would be The Heart of Betrayal, which is this one. And then we would have The Beauty of Darkness. And they're pretty in perfect condition, just the little dots. And this one is a little, it has a little mark, but honestly it's nothing. I have seen this book on Pinterest. I usually go on Pinterest. It's filled with either tattoos or books, and I just get recommendation for books, like book boards and everything. And I saw this book a lot. Now on Goodreads, I don't think it's that highly rated. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's like over 4 stars. However, I still decided to pick it up. I have been looking at it for a while. It's been on Book Outlet for a long time. Now this is actually in perfect condition. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's no mark. It's literally perfect. And this is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I'm not really sure what it's about. I know it's like a conflict between two families, but I don't know if there's a lot of romance or really what's happening in this. From New York Times best-selling author Olivia Blake comes an intricate web of love, magic, and rival witch families in New York City. Huh! Witch families! I did not know that. This is the naked hardcover. It's just white with the spine here. Now we have, I didn't like that sound. We have, I guess this is one family. We have the other family. Next we have The Serpent and the Wolf by Rebecca Robbins. It says, a master of the spicy slow burn. This is the hardcover, and it's in perfect condition. There's just this little dot here. Then the actual naked hardcover is pretty basic. Just this. And you have a map and the same map at the end. I'm just gonna read the top here. It says, a fake marriage meets enemies to lovers in Rebecca Robinson's steamy, thrilling romantasy debut. The start to a duology perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I guess there's fake marriage, enemies to lovers, and it's a romantasy. A steamy romantasy. So, excited to read this. Next, we have The Never List. And this one has beautiful sprayed edges again for $7.99. And it's perfect. There's literally just a little dot here, and that's pretty much all the damage there is to this book. And I didn't know this when I got it. I didn't really do much research on the book, but I guess it's a why choose because on top here it says, why choose one when you can have them all? And then in the back, it says content notice. What is a White Shoes romance? So I guess this is White Shoes. I haven't really read White Shoes, but I'm excited. And then it says you're invited to the choosing where you could win the heart of not one prince, but 4. And I guess these are the prints. I'm excited to see what this is about. Now we have, I guess, a couple more books left. I went crazy, okay? I really went crazy and I don't know why I did it. I have bought the entire series of An Ember in the Ashes. My battery died again. But we're back and we're almost finished. Like I was saying, I have the entire series here of An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. But I had the whole 4 books. I have not read them yet. After that series, there's supposed to be a duology. I think there is only 1 book out for now, and it's The Heir. Now, I went crazy because I saw 3 different versions of this, and I tried to see what was the difference in the different type of versions. I tried to look on TikTok, I tried to look on Instagram, I tried to look on Google, nothing. Okay, so I could not see. This is I think the original version, then you have the Walmart exclusive and the Barnes & Nobles. I could not see what the difference was, and I don't really have access to Walmart and Barnes & Noble editions of books because we don't have, well, at least in Quebec, we don't have Barnes & Nobles. And also the Walmart exclusives in Quebec, again, it's in French. Most books in Quebec are in French, which makes sense. So I don't really know what that means, having a book being a Barnes & Nobles or Walmart exclusive. And they had all of these on Book Outlet. So I got 3 different versions of this book. I haven't read Ember in the Ashes. I don't know if I like it. I really much hope I'm gonna love that series. So I don't really know what this is about or if I'm gonna like it or not. I did get the 3 versions because I wanted to see what was so different about them. This is the original version. We have this, it's like a matte texture, and we have this, pretty simple. Then we have the Walmart version. The Walmart version is basically the same thing, except it's pink. It's the same matte texture, it's the same thing, and the map inside is also pink. I don't know if there's something added at the end, maybe? I don't really know what makes it a special exclusive edition, except the fact that it's pink. I think I'm just going to keep 1 version. Now this is the Barnes & Nobles, which is blue. And the map inside is like a pale blue. And I don't know if there's anything extra except that. Okay, well, I guess this one does have a little something extra. Please enjoy a special conversation exclusive to the Barnes & Nobles edition between Sabaa Tahir and her editor about the writing, editing, and characters of Heir. It's not really part of the story, it's more about the author discussing kind of the book a little bit for a couple of pages. Now, for the next series, I have bought the Belladonna series because you basically have Death being like a character. Who can be more morally gray than Death? You know? So I feel like it could be something I really like. This was a boxed set, so it all came together and they're actually in perfect condition, like just perfect. This was not $8.99 just because this is a set. This was, I think, $26, something like that, 20 something dollars for the 3 books, which is very, very good considering that if you look here, it's $26 per book and these are hardcovers. So we have Belladonna, and one thing I really loved about these is the naked hardcovers. Look how beautiful this is. Like, I would display them without this, honestly. Look how beautiful they are. And here it says, it's said that 5 belladonna berries are all it takes to kill someone. And then you have some art here. and here. And I'm just very excited for this. Signa? I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm just gonna pronounce it how it works in my head. So Signa opened her eyes and death was there before her, watching, waiting. His presence was intoxicating and familiar, and it took Signa by surprise, as it always did. So dark and void of light that it was painful to look at him, and yet looking at him was all Signa could do, all she could ever do. She was drawn to him like a moth to a flame, and so it seemed was he to her. So it's like a gothic romance. I don't know if this is YA or like new adult or something. I'm not really sure. I don't think there's spice. Anyway, so that should be interesting. Death is like an actual character in this, and he's, I guess, the love interest, hopefully. So this is Belladonna. Then we have the second book, which is Foxglove, and this one is also very beautiful, again in the same style but red. It's said that foxglove is most lethal just before the seed ripens. So I guess this is still about Signa and death. And then we have Wisteria. Now again, I was a little crazy and I saw that they had a Barnes & Noble's edition. There's no Walmart edition, okay? There's just a Barnes & Noble's edition and the like normal one, the original one, I guess. This is the book. Here it says, it's said that the wisteria vine is a symbol of immortality. I don't know if this is still about the same FMC, just because on this she's blonde, so no, it's not. So this is about Eris may have whispered the words, but his voice was a weapon that slid through Blythe's skin and struck the hilt. I hoped you wouldn't make it. She squeezed his hand, forcing her own smile onto a face she hoped looked half as vicious as his. I wouldn't have missed this for the world, my darling, though do feel free to divorce me tomorrow. Very excited. So this is the like original version, I guess, and we have the Barnes & Noble's edition, which is just a little different. This is the original and this is the Barnes & Noble's. It's the same thing, just darker, and inside too it's just like a darker shade of blue. I don't know if at the end there's something more. There's a little something more, I guess, like every Barnes & Noble's edition, but I love these. I love how they look. This is like the naked hardcovers. Do you see this? Like usually this wouldn't be here. If we take out the Barnes & Noble's, this is what we have. And then with the Barnes & Noble's, it's just so pretty. I'm so happy with this haul. I just don't know where I'm gonna have space to put everything. I'm gonna have to try to squeeze every book and every possible like nook and cranny I can find. But this was such a satisfying haul and such good books, like known and popular books too. For this like magical sale, honestly, I cannot stop thinking about the fact that every book here was $7.99. Anyways, I've talked for enough time. I'm gonna go organize my books. I didn't even like take time to dress up and do my makeup and stuff. I just wanted to film so I can organize my books because I have to go to work soon. I work night shift and I woke up just for this, okay? I'm gonna go organize everything. I'm gonna go sleep. I hope you like this video. If you're still here, thank you for having watched everything. I'm gonna try to get better at this filming thing, but I had fun filming and I have fun just talking about books. Thank you for watching and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.